Hello, what's up guys? This is Teaching Turtle back with another Etheria Restart video. Today's my day 2 progress on this account. Right, new free-to-play account started yesterday. And what we got here is we have completed Kururu hard and also unlocked Fabian hard and Nightmare. Right, so I'm currently farming Fabian right now. Kururu was actually surprisingly difficult. I was kind of trying to greet it earlier by not building up some of these modules and had like level 1s scattered around like, I don't need the defense. But I think I really did actually need the extra attack on these helmets and also the right side modules. Having the 2 DPS really helped for that. I definitely have done it before with just Diting and Leon on a different account, so it's definitely doable, but you kind of do need the modules. Additionally, I had the shells, and I only had the Budo Panda, and I was using the Agent Lizard here, right? But the Tamamo Doji also kind of bumped up the power a decent amount, and it's not too bad building some of these extra shells. They're totally fine to use. Yeah, and then in terms of shells, the Budo Panda, the Tamamo Doji, and the White Gale are all pretty useful, right? The Agent Lizard is okay in a pinch. I just farmed Jax like 10 times total on day 1. But when you move on later, like the Twilight Knight, the Black Flag are all super great, right? You want one Twilight Knight maxed out fully to make Nico Nana easier. Also, you need the Black Flag for, you might even want like 2 of these, maybe 3, just to have all your supports moving faster, right? Additionally, the Diamond Heart is also pretty useful. On my main, I didn't build this, but on my alt, I did build one, and it actually made it so much easier going into Terramaton. Yeah, and you may have heard like Artisan is so good for Terramaton, trying to bump into Inferno for the first time, or Hell 3 or Hell 4, right? Well, the Black Flag, the Diamond Heart is the same exact thing as Artisan, just a bit weaker. Right. Similarly, people are saying, Jack Guard is so amazing. You have your supports take turns faster. Well, that's the exact same ability as Black Flag, just a little bit less. So, these shells, these gold shells, are super great, honestly. Right. Now, some useful tips for you guys, right, is from these quests. Oh, it just started today. Oops. From these quests, these EXP rewards, right? You can actually use those EXP rewards to help you get into a higher level dungeon, right? Maybe you're level 22, you just need a bit more to get into level 23, but you don't really want to farm more Kururu or farm more GP Outpost, right? Then you can try to finish out these quests first, right? And then you can get the EXP, so that then you can get the next level there, right? Additionally, when starting out, I find it really helpful to focus on maybe 4 or 5 units, right? So you might see that I have 5 units all at 5-star, right? If you focus too hard though, if I just put all my stuff into Leon, if I made it 6-star already, right? Then everything else would be like 4-star right now, and this is not really usable at that point. So the main recommendation is you have maybe 4 to 6 5-stars first, then you might bump up your main DPS into a 6-star, and then after that, just build up more 5-stars. Like, supports don't really need the 6-star until a bit later, maybe in Inferno, right? And even then, like, some people are using Valerian as just 5-star for Inferno forever. They don't even need the 6-star, right? So those are definitely very usable. Some recommendations to build early on are going to be the Kazuyo, really, really useful for Doki Doki because you need to use CC, otherwise they'll have this damage reduction. Right? Additionally, Sanya is just a generic, really good support. Can revive so that when you have an auto battle that went wrong, right, you can still kind of revive your DPS and still have a chance in the auto battle. Let's see. Speaking of auto battles, one thing I noticed that some people don't realize is that you can actually click and it turns it into this red reticle, and you can focus a certain target even if your continuous battle settings aren't set, or even if they are already set, right? And even if you're just doing a single auto battle, you haven't cleared it yet, and you're turning on auto, you can still use this clicking, making the reticle red in order to make it target that boss, right? So for Fabian right now, I'm just targeting the boss directly. If you're a bit weaker, maybe you need to kill the ads on the side first, right? So you can focus the targets that way, right? while we're at it on random tips, I thought I would give some tips on the shell story and cubic game, right? So shell story here, right? One of the biggest tips is these, from the green dice, these custom dice, right? These are super powerful because how you're gonna get these Dragon Ball Z orbs, right? How you're gonna get those orbs is not by landing on this square a bunch of times or by doing this super special, open a box 5 times. Instead, most of them are just going to be from passing go. When you pass go, you get 1 orb, right? How do you pass go more reliably? Well, you'd want to hit as many of these green custom dice as possible, right? Okay, I actually got this anyways, but so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets me to this spot here. So I'm going to roll once, right? And now I can use the custom dice to go all the way to the next green die. So I'm kind of getting more distance, getting closer to the goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Confirm. All right. So I could go another 2, but one of the special spots is this cannon boom space from Artisan, right? It collects all 6 things in the next region, right? So it's really powerful, especially since it's going to guarantee me this Dragon Ball. So I'm going to go do the 3 here. Right? Collect all these things. Perfect. Now there's no more custom dice green square in the next 6, so I'm just going to use my regular rolls. Oh, sweet. Nice. 2 more dice. Right. And then another thing is that this first custom dice here on this 3rd space after, so not the one that just spawned, but the one I'm going to land on right here, right? This is always a custom dice spot. So if you're all the way back here, you can always roll a 6 from your custom dice to get to that spot, right? This is really useful to just get the extra distance there. All right, so I'm just going to roll all these out. Unlucky. And, okay, so here, I can actually click the -4 to go on the special path. Now, I didn't actually check how good the special path is, but I'm going to go there anyways. So the -4 brings you backwards, right? So I go to the special path here, right? And now I can try going for extra chance at the Dragon Ball, and also I can go for these custom dice as well. All right, so I'll probably like roll once or twice, get the custom die, maybe go in the Dragon Ball, and then try going for the other custom die. Right? If you have extra custom dice, you could even try going for like the LD summon. That's pretty strong, right? That's like 300 crystals worth. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, going to the cubic game. Right. One of the best things to do is to check every single one of these splitting games, right? So even though this board is kind of trash, right? You have the 1 crystals, but you really want the crystal lattice, the golden lattice, right? Always check these splitting games, right? So don't just like immediately reset. You might get another splitting game that might have it. So I'm just gonna play this out, right? Okay, so I got another splitting game. Let's check it. Okay, well, I can add the Messiah if I wanted to. I might just try going for the things I already have. And additionally, you want to make it so that you have a possibility of using a booster, the pink ones, to boost up multiple things, right? So here, it's impossible to boost both of these at the same time unless I get the circular boost and place it on this tile, right? So this might not be the best position for that. Right. Let's see. Actually, I might just use this since I'm trying to just get some hodgepodge random stuff as I see if I can get the Doki splitting game. Right. So these bonus tiles, not the boost, but the bonuses, these pink ones, right? These are really strong. They basically are doubling some of the weaker ones. And if you double or if you add +1 to multiple of these, then the boosts are how you get a ton of score, okay? But it looks like this one's kind of a wash. I'm just gonna add the boost here, right? It gives more opportunity, right? So I can check this. It's not amazing, right? I could keep this, but usually I would only really keep it if it's a red. Now, do note that the different difficulties, right, will have different number of rounds. So hard is kind of hard on hard difficulty to get the max +11s, right? So it's 12-star total. But I'm still gonna restart, try to get some lattice. So here, and again, it's just coin and trading data. Kind of sad, right? But I will try to get some better ones here. So place it where I have the opportunity to get a bonus on it afterwards, right? So now this is a +2 the whole way through. Okay, so I can do this, make that a +3 for the whole row, right? Adjacent bonus is also a good one, right? Vertical bonus there to make it a +4 effective, right? Would be nice. So I'm gonna go for I'll go for this vertical bonus, right? Okay, adjacent bonus, and you can always, as long as you don't put this last one down, as long as you don't click where it says Start Challenge, you can cancel placement, right? And you can reset the board. Right, so I'm just gonna reset again. Okay, this one's a bit better. I have both the summons and the crystals. All right, so I want to get both of those added together. I know that if I put it here, that might be a better place for a cross boost. So maybe I'm gonna put it on the side over here, right? But I also want to make sure it's possible to boost, to get a bonus on multiple boosts, right? So let's see. I think this is still an okay spot. So I got the splitting game. Always check the splitting game in case you get the Doki Doki. Nope, did not get the Doki Doki with the lattice. So I'm going to go back. Probably add another horizontal boost. I want to stack this row. There's 2 more empty slots in this row, so I can get a potential horizontal boost or bonus here, right? So that's going to be pretty good. Another splitting game. Let's check that. No Doki Doki, sad. Let's see. Now at this point, I might just try. Oh, this is hitting 3 though. That's okay. Okay, another splitting game. Let's check this. No Doki Doki. I could try going for Messiah. The crystals at no benefit are kind of low. Well, if you get the pool one, it's a minimum 1 pool, which is like 100 crystals or 80 crystals if you're using the discount, right? And so the pools are usually better than the crystals if you're getting some random one. But let's see. Yeah, so I can see, you can click on it, see, okay, what stars would have in that location. I can still choose this for now, right? And then this last one, okay, well, these are okay, but not amazing, right? And the reason why I liked putting it one here is because I can then get this diagonal bonus, right, if I wanted to. But I'm going to greet it. Right? This is okay, it's takeable, especially with only 6 rounds. For 8 rounds, having a result like this would be pretty trash, but I'm going to reset again, see what we get. So I got the Shadow Prince. Shadow Prince is also pretty decent, especially early game, since you get a lot of crystals early game, but you don't get as many Shadow Prince. So I'm going to try getting this Shadow Print one up. The horizontal bonus here, putting on either one of these rows can be pretty useful. Right. I think I'm going to go for this. Yeah, I'll go for this horizontal bonus. And I want to put it here, right? Because then what I can do is I can get a cross bonus potentially later to get more hits on these other guys. So I got the adjacent bonus, right? So I can do it here to get the +3. I don't really care about the silver here. I just want to get one thing to plus 11, which is 12 stars total. Right. So I got the diagonal boost, different diagonal boost. I got the horizontal boost, so I can put the horizontal boost here that gives a +2. Splitting game, always check this. Oh, I got the Doki Doki, sweet. Okay, so now I can place this down. The one summon is also good if you don't have a good spot to place Doki Doki. Doki Doki at minimum gives you 1 shard, which is a 1/50th of the lattice. But even then, 1/50 of the lattice, it does add up, right? So I'm definitely gonna get the Doki Doki, just deciding where to put it, right? Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be here. So now I just wanna switch gears, going all in on this Doki Doki tile, right? So I can do this diagonal boost, right? And the reason why I'm putting it here, right? I didn't even realize this hitting the Shadow Print. The reason I'm putting it here is because if I get the vertical bonus, I can get +2 more on the Doki Doki later, right? So if I get a vertical bonus instead of this horizontal bonus on the next one, I can get +2 by boosting both of those. All right, so I got a horizontal bonus. A bit sad. I think the most I can get is a +1 then. I can get +1 on both of those. This can get +1 on the 3 of those. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so I think this is the best here. Now I click Start Challenge, and then we just hope that this gives enough. All right. But I'm not going to bore you with the fights. The fights also take really long at this low level. But what I did want to show was our summons. So what we got today is I have 66 summons. I haven't summoned since the last video. So let's see. 66 plus 9 free summons there. I might save the 9. I don't actually know if you can summon a 10 pool with the free summons. Those free summons you get from the Anti-Sync Echoes, right? By doing the first stage of each triple mission, right? And also these missions can give you some pretty good modules as well. So don't skip out on these, right? It's part of the Hyperlink Charter, of course, already, but these can give some pretty nice stuff, so don't skip out on those. Alright, so let's get to summoning. And we got... Oh, sweet. I think I was at needed 25 to guarantee more, but I'll take this early one. And we got a Andrew Hizukimari. Okay, Hizukimari is going to actually be pretty good. I think I already had a copy, but it definitely is pretty meta right now as a premium CC unit. Oh, sweet! Oh my gosh. Wait, what? I got a Lilium. Oh my. Okay. Insane luck. So I got the Plume first by rerolling. I rerolled maybe 6 accounts. Okay. And I got the Yelly afterwards. Now I got the Lilium. This is crazy. Okay. Anything else? A double? Kind of need that free shadow print from getting 2 SSRs. Nope, not today. Or maybe still today. I still got 50 more pools. Okay, nothing. Deting. Okay, got a Nell. Okay, I'm hoping for a Deting as well, because that's just going to be making a lot of the boss clears a bit easier. Especially since in this tournament format, where we're doing a tournament in about 30 days, right? There's a very limited amount of lattice to use. So latticing up a DPS can be quite costly. We're going to get maybe 20, 25 lattice within the 30 days because of all the first time bonuses. But if you level up a DPS, that's going to be 12 of your lattice, half your lattice. So hopefully find some good supports to kind of use that don't require that many lattice, maybe 4 or even 0 lattice. So Food Show would be an amazing pool to get. Yeah, let's see. Okay, nothing again. Kazami Kazuyo. Another Kazuyo dupe, the regular, or the not regular, the green Kazuyo is also good. Right. Of course, green Kazuyo got a nerf recently, but I think it's still going to be pretty amazing overall in PvP, and still kind of almost mandatory to build for our PvE and Doki Doki dungeon. Okay, got a Chiaki, another healer. If you have this, Chiaki can be used instead of Sonya that I'm using, right? The only difference is that Chiaki can't really be used in the Doki Doki dungeon as much, because that's blue element, when you get to Inferno at least. In Nightmare and Hell, it's still pretty useful though. Dinah, Yang, another Obol, okay. And I guess since I don't have enough for another 10 pool, I'll wait off for next time. It won't let me summon without using some of those crystals, right? Using the crystals is totally fine as a free-to-play player, right? You get so many crystals early that is totally fine to, summon 200, 300 times before you really need to worry too much. But the main thing is make sure you always do the max refresh early on, because you're going to need a lot of this energy just to even progress through the game and level up. Maybe after level 50, level 80, level 100, then you might stop max refreshing. But early on, you definitely should max refresh even as a free-to-play player. All right, so now I got a bunch to consider now, as I have the new premium SSR Lilium. I think it's kind of funny. I didn't pull any other... Oh, I got Mia, okay. But I got mostly LDs, so it's going to be a pretty interesting account. All right, but with that, that's it for the day. All right, I'll catch you tomorrow as I show off the day 3 progress. Catch you guys later.